Hey, so welcome to Q&A. We have a few people here that are going to come on stage and ask questions. I'm going to start by bringing Annette up here. And the goal here is to answer any questions you have about growing or starting a consulting business or anything you have going on with your day-to-day in regards to clients that I can help out with if I can talk. But let's go ahead and get started here with Annette.
Oh, there you are.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Terry. Hi. I don't want to take other people's time. I have a couple of quick questions, but I don't want to impose on their time.
Well, go for it. So far, it's just you and Brenda, so should be fine.
Okay. Well, I took your course, I think it was the 7th of June, if I'm right. I think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't take it. I listened to you. I bought the course, and I've been doing it. As you told me to, just finish one thing at a time. Don't try and whiz through it, and it's working very well. Um, Very, very well. Thank you. It's very clear. It's very simple. I've done a lot of these things, and there's always way too much information, and you've articulated and simplified it. I did the survey. I've done that. I kept it short and sweet. I what I do is I coach executive assistants, so I can ask very specific questions because it's specific to them. That's what I've been doing for years, but now I'm kind of branching out uh, entirely on my own rather than doing it simultaneously as an active executive assistant. So nobody, absolutely nobody responded. And I got many, many, many likes. They all liked it, they all viewed it, but nobody responded. So I said, fine, okay, whatever. What I did then is I just need your guidance to tell me if I'm on the right track. I took each of those four, 5 questions and made them into posts. And but a simple post, not full of graphics and full of weird stuff, but enough so that it can grab the eye, kind of thing. And I'm hoping that maybe I'll get a bit of input from them that way. In the meanwhile, what I've been doing for years is I follow a lot of people who are very experienced in my field, and I've been following them for years. So what I do is I listen to what they ask, and I look at the answers and the comments that people give back to them. So I figure, okay, if they're not going to reply to me, doesn't matter, whatever, I'm going to get the information that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's super smart. So that's the social listening part that we talk about in the course. And that can be more beneficial sometimes than doing a survey because it's easy to get the responses or the information you're looking for. And you won't be self-selecting the information you're getting as well because you might not think to ask a certain question, but you see it, it's come up over and over again in what you're observing. So I think what you're doing is super bright the way that you're approaching that.
All right. And then two other quickies. I
Well,
see
sorry,
a
can I
lot.
go back to this part though? Another thing you can consider doing is on LinkedIn, you can do a poll as well.
I was just going to talk. That's what I was just going to tell you.
Oh gosh, okay, so I'll let you continue. Go ahead.
I was just going to say my other option, not the same questions as the survey, because those were a little bigger, heavy. I needed actually for them to talk and tell me, but that's okay. I'm doing it the other way. Um, but I have some other questions that I can put like three answers, different aspects of their life. I am not emotionally intelligent. I am just like, just get on with your job, do your job. So I'm trying to figure that out and learn and figure out what it is they want. But then I saw everyone is doing polls. So
Yeah.
maybe, is that a good idea for me to do it, or shall I let that trend pass and then try it?
So yeah, I mean, everyone's doing polls, and some of them are just silly. They're like, "Are you left-handed or right-handed?" It's like, okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
But the reason why they're doing this is because polls get a lot of engagement, which means they get a lot of reach, meaning a lot of people see them. So I did one last week, and
Yeah,
it's
I
basically I
saw it.
said, "Oh, thanks. I'm glad you liked it." But yeah, it said like, "Have you considered starting a consulting business?" And there's like four responses, but that got like I think maybe 80,000 views and 2,000 votes within a week. which is pretty cool. So on your end, you can do a constructive poll saying, hey, if you're an executive assistant, answer one of these questions, or if you thought about becoming one, what are your concerns? This, that, and then the other could be like, other, and ask them to write their response in the comments. I say try it and see what happens,
Um,
because it'll get you in front of your target audience and you might get some good content from it. And you might just do one poll every week to get all these questions answered.
yes, okay, that's what I'll do. And my last question, so I don't take other people's time. What is the difference between a positioning statement and a mission statement?
Um, they can be interchangeable sometimes, but I think of a positioning statement as almost like your personal branding statement, where it's like, I help this audience do this so they can achieve this. Whereas a mission statement is, our goal is to impact the world this way so people can do this and be happier with the outcome, so on and so forth.
Okay,
So
that makes
they
sense.
they get used interchangeably. Even sometimes vision and mission do, which they're different. Um, but normally a mission statement is a bit longer than a positioning statement and just reflects a larger worldview, as opposed to a positioning statement, which is more or less saying, I help this audience do this, they can get this.
All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm now on to module 3, so I'm working my way through that. And so I thank you. I like your course very much. It's been very
Awesome.
helpful to me.
Glad to hear
I'm
that.
definitely, really, I've tried so many. I've been working
Uh,
since 1978. I've tried so many, and yours is really the best that I've come across. So I'm thrilled.
Oh, wow. That's a very, very big compliment. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I do like it. So thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Glad to help you out. All right. So I'm going to make you invitee again, or what's it called? Not a panelist,
Andy.
there you go, attendee. Yeah, thanks for that. You're very helpful. And does anyone else want to come up? Brenda, you were in next, so if you want to, or Saroshi, I see you here. I would love to get an update. And we also have Marion. So if anyone wants to grab next, I'm going to Saroshi. Cool. Let's bring up here, and here we go.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, doing well yourself?
Good, good. So update, let's see. So I had a workshop today, actually just before this, so I'm a little exhausted. And it went really well. The workshop itself went really well. People had good feedback and they found a lot of value. And I inputted through the middle a bunch of times the fact that I'm teaching a live version of of this, and added a link to my Calendly. Sorry,
Mhm.
coughing.
Yeah.
A link to my Calendly to schedule a call. So it was a lot of content at them, and I put it in the chat, and now it's been like maybe 30 seconds and I'm already like, oh, everybody hated it, nobody clicked on
Oh
the
gosh.
link, and you know how that feeling is, perhaps when you started. But I have a way to email the people thank you after, right? So through the organizer. How do you think after the workshop is over, and of course people have the link, they just got off, they might schedule, they may not schedule, I have spots open for the next couple of days, they also may not be the decision makers to decide whether their company needs this kind of training. So how would you advise positioning like my next steps to get at least to the right people? Because I did a survey and they all had problems that are super addressable with my framework. So I know they could use this. Now, yeah, so I'll stop there.
I'd say first of all, 30 seconds, maybe wait a little bit longer for them to
I know. Oh, I hate
take
myself for
action.
getting in my head, but yeah.
But I mean, think about it. If they were on that workshop
Yeah.
for an hour, maybe they're getting a snack.
Yeah.
You know? But what I would say
Yeah.
is, yeah, you do want to get that email out saying, hey, thanks for your attendance, and I appreciate your your questions. It was a great opportunity for me as well. And as mentioned, if you want to learn more about my services, click here to book this time, and then maybe bullet points on how you can help people. But
Mm,
that's what I would do. And if they don't already have a link to your socials, as well as your website. I would do that as well. But how many people were on the call?
Not that many. It was 20,
That's a
21.
decent number. That's a good number.
Yeah. And they stayed for
Yeah.
2.5 hours. So
Oh
it was
God, yeah,
no,
they're definitely taking a break right now. That's a long time.
2 hours. Yeah, no, I know. It wasn't like a webinar with no content. I threw a lot at them. So
Yeah,
maybe I
yeah.
threw too much at them. But this was like a deep dive version of something that I won't do in a normal case. So normally it's only like 20, 30 minutes. And then,
Yeah. And you said something else. You said maybe they're not the decision maker. Mention that in your email too. You know, if you would like to book a call with me and or, please forward this to someone who might be a better fit or whatever, but
Mhm.
acknowledge that proactively.
Yeah.
Don't make them think to do it. Actually mention that in your email.
Okay, see, I would love a connection to the decision, like something like that.
Yeah, it's probably a nicer term for it, but,
Yeah.
let me ask this. So, with the organizer, I would reach out to them and say, hey, thanks again. Uh, did you get any feedback from the audience? And do you see an opportunity for us to do this again?
Mm,
But I would proactively have a topic you were going to pitch. Like, here's something we can go deeper on. That way, it's just like a natural extension from this first talk. But
mm.
while the momentum's going, while she was wowed by or he was wowed by who it was, ask for another opportunity. Now, I would do that.
Oh,
Do that immediately.
interesting. Okay. Yeah. And maybe even a connection to an SMPS, that's the organization in New Jersey or a different state, because I could repeat this workshop with the same organization in a different geography.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if that's a case, that'd be amazing if you did this like 50 times over the next
I might need to. Yeah.
couple weeks. Not a couple weeks, but yeah, no, that's what I've done before. Like, you just really crush it, do a really good job with one branch in that org, and say, hey, do you know any others? And
Mm,
assuming this is the New York one, yeah, New Jersey
yeah.
would be very natural, and rest of the tri-state area. Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah. And some people on this were like mechanical engineers and more engineering heavy too. Like the people that came on, like writers, proposal writers from that group. Maybe my messaging was also towards architects and designers, but it's also helpful to know that engineers would find value in this. So now it's just, I need to like craft that right message and get to the decision maker to, because people are literally, like, to use the analogy, somebody said, like, if they're bleeding, you're going to offer them a band-aid to solve their problem. Like, I mean, in their survey responses, it's like very clear that they're like having issues. So I need to leverage that. Maybe the people that left me their email addresses in their surveys and actually answered the surveys, I can write to them specifically. And yeah, because they had an extra level where they not only came to the workshop, but they gave me their email addresses on their own.
I like that. I didn't know you did a survey.
Yeah, I did a survey before the workshop for the
What kind of
attendance.
what kind of questions were on the survey? Like, just give me one.
Yeah, I asked them, what are you struggling with most when it comes to RFP responses? What are you just dying to know from a client? Do you do trainings? What fears do you have? Things like that.
Have you turned that into social media content yet?
The survey into social media content?
I mean, the results you
No.
got, because you could say,
Oh, no, I haven't. Yeah, there's a
I mean,
lot
I
there.
wouldn't,
but-
yeah, I wouldn't put their name there, obviously, but I would say I surveyed, these people, and like one common fear was this. Here's how you address it. If you'd like to learn more how to do this, pay me money. I mean, obviously,
I need a landing page, I think. I mean, maybe my market just really relies on going to a website after to just see everything in one place. So I just have to maybe work on that versus just trying to get people on a call with me without a landing page.
yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I would do so, especially if there's an opportunity for you to do more of these. Before I got the next yes, I would try to like spend like 3 hours and make a very basic landing page in Squarespace.
I
Uh,
actually have Teachable and New Zenler, which connects to like the course platform. So, and I also have Wix, but
you have a
three
lot of
different
tools.
domains for three different things for like the last 7 years. But
Yeah.
would you like recommend just not staying out of a course platform and just doing a simple one?
To my, I'm not sure how a landing page would look for the course. I don't know if you
Okay.
can, because like, would you want to have a landing page for the course and say buy this course or just book a call with me? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I don't know how you'd
Ah,
have both on the same page.
I see what you're saying. You just need like a overarching thing. Here. Okay, so you would essentially just need like an about me section. It's New Zenler is almost like that. It has like an about you page. It has your different services you offer, but it's also a course curriculum. It's like a Kajabi. Think about it as
Okay.
Kajabi.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make it so they don't have to like log in to see that,
I see. I see.
that's
Okay.
fine. But if you're like, welcome to my page, please give me your email address before you can see anything else, that would be a little bit of friction. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah. This is something that has to be openly accessible.
yeah, so I suspect Wix might be the better option.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Somewhere where you land and you can just see everything about me without signing up for it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Teachable is not the right one. I think New Zenler, I need to look into it more just because I'm already paying for them.
I know you want to get your
Or,
money's worth. No, I hear you. But yeah, whatever the landing page is, just say like, what you do, the Atlas framework. Click here to book a call, and that would be a link to your Calendly, and just another form for them to just email you or fill out a form should they choose to.
and maybe it's something like, what do you think? Like share this with your decision maker to see if they're interested. Maybe it's like a short like PDF or something with some of the content I've created. If they need, or they
I
share the landing page.
Yeah, you can do that because I think what a lot of companies do well is they'll have content to help people like convince their boss or to share with their boss. So if you're seeing that's a challenge where it's like the not the wrong people are showing up, but not decision
Yeah.
makers, yeah, I would address that and say, hey, please share this with your whatever if you think it's a good fit as well. So yeah, I would do that proactively.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you. In that world, I have another workshop tomorrow, actually, but like a presentation with the American Institute of Architects. They're in DC, and it's a different group. So I wonder how a shorter version. This was 1.5 hours. I need to do a 30-minute version of this tomorrow.
Mhm.
So it's great that it's back to back. It'll give me some kind of feel for like where the chemistry is more, which
Yeah.
audience.
What I would do is if there's a chance at the end for you to ask questions, what I like to do sometimes I'll say hey, finish this sentence. I was most surprised by dot dot dot, or I'm glad I had a chance to learn about dot dot dot. That way,
Mm,
everyone's chiming with this praise, like how brilliant you are, how smart you are, and then
mm,
after that, you can then again mention. And by the way, if you want some more of this, here's my link to my Calendly. So like you're
yeah.
priming everyone to remember how brilliant you are, and then from there, you can say, hey, if you want some more, click here.
Well, I got some chats thanking me for a really engaging presentation without prompting, so maybe that bodes well. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like that. And what I've done before too is I will screenshot those chats sometimes. I'll remove their name, but I'll share that on social too. Like, well, I had a
Ah,
great time talking about, this topic. I'm
yeah.
looking forward to the next one, but it gives you social proof for how great you are, just based on those comments too.
So I should really post on social media, thank them, maybe before, and I know I can do this fast, so maybe I can wait till tomorrow to send a thank you email and have a landing page.
If you can, that would be better. Yeah, if you can do it that quickly, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I have tomorrow off from my day job, so okay.
There you go.
How long is too long to wait to send this thank you email? Like tomorrow by like 5 p.m. is okay, or
it's kind of
quicker
late
than
for a
that?
Friday. I mean, here's the thing, right? I mean, Friday at 5 p.m. is probably not the best time to send an email, but as long as they have it, they have it. Another option could be to wait till Monday
Monday.
morning.
Okay.
So that's another option too.
Okay. And that's not too late. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
somebody, Annette says she has a thought for me.
Yeah. I don't
Maybe
think
you
you
can
can
put it in the
remember
chat,
first.
but
Yeah, maybe put it in the chat and that.
yeah.
If you don't mind.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And yeah, I will keep you posted.
Yeah, this is exciting. Your progress has been amazing because like when we first started talking, you were like just starting out, and all of a sudden you're like doing back-to-back
Well,
presentations.
I actually set deadlines for myself where I have external accountability and force myself to complete things that way. Otherwise, it's
Okay.
just so these were somewhat set up for a long time now, actually. But I can do more of these. I know if I reach out, more people will say yes. So I need to just have the setup where the landing page and where it's not like leaking, so to speak, where I can
Yeah.
convert these people into clients.
Well, that's how
Okay.
you learn. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's all part of the process, but
Yeah.
yeah, keep us posted. So it's
Thank
awesome.
you. I'll look out in the chat for your comment for me. Okay.
Cool.
Bye.
Sounds good. All right, so, all right. So I'm going to effectively demote you. But let me do this. So does anyone else want to come up and ask some questions? Happy to do so. Cool. Oh, wait. No, that was somebody else. Brenda or Marion, you're more than welcome to ask some questions as well if you'd like. Just let me know in the chat window and I can bring you up as a panelist so you can ask questions. Oh, Marion, cool. All right, so let's do this. And we can chat. I think you're on mute right now. Let's see.
And I need to do my video. Okay.
Here we go. Hey,
Yeah.
how are you? Good to
All
see you
right.
again.
Okay, great. Yes, I just wanted to, after we talked last week, you told me to go to module 7, but I went through every last one of them, because a lot of the work I have done, like websites and pitching, and so, but going through your course, and I will, I didn't catch the first lady's name that I heard because I came on a little late, but the course is really good, and so I made some great notes from it, so that I could go back and, tweak things that I did, because I mean, it was just a wealth of great information. So I am going to take my time and re-listen and redo things, especially the website, because I went to your website and looked at it and looked at my website. And one thing I noticed, you talk about who you are and what you offer. And on mine, I don't do a whole lot of that. I just say, join my community, do this, but I'm not saying, hey, this is who I am and this is what I can help you with. So that was very insightful for me. And the online course information, it was short. I wish I had a whole bunch of it. So if there's a course for making an online course from you, I would love to have that also. But that was really some good information. So my goal is to get busy with the course, because that's what I really want to do, is to have that, like you say, passive, but I know it's going to take work. But I do want, because I've been trying to do it for a couple of years and I haven't gotten there yet. So.
Got it. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm glad you got value out of that. And yeah, with your website, you do want to do some storytelling about your origin story. Like, why are you the person who's doing this now? And
Okay.
I often talk about how much I just messed up, to be honest, when I first started my business, where I wasn't charging enough and had no idea how to get clients. So, I went through that challenge, but now I can help people compress the amount of time it takes for them to be successful. In regards to the course, yeah, I mean, I think Teachable has some really good content on that. And I think there should be a link to that in that actual module, going out to Teachable's external resources.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you're building a course, I mean, there's some content that should be your own. But if another provider, let's say it's like Google, and I'm talking about Google AdWords, it's like, okay, maybe go look at Google's content because that's their product.
Yes.
But check out Teachable, because they have a lot of products and incentives to help you launch your business. And I believe there's like a 30-day free trial or something like that. Let me know if you're not seeing that, but they really want to do a lot of hand holding as you're first launching your course.
Okay.
So there's a lot of resources available to support you. It's pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, because I do have a Teachable account, and I started my course, as I said, a couple of years ago, and and I just have a few things in there, and that's it, and I stopped. so just going through your course, and and I went through it fast, but I'm going to take my time to really, because it will help me to get the kind of clients that I need to take a course. Versus, the other things I do pretty well with contract and speaking engagements, but to just get the people to take my course is what I really need, is to get that clientele, So.
Here's one more thing I would suggest is you can start by doing a mini course.
Okay. Oh,
Just
okay.
it could be like 3 5-minute videos or, something like that.
Okay.
Because you'll see like, wow, that was kind of easy, and you get practice doing it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can do 10 more of these. So if you want, you can do that, because what I've seen some people do is they'll actually have a free mini course. So it'll be a free mini course it'll help you accomplish some goal, but it's
Mhm.
all related to your larger course. Then at the end of that mini course, it's like, hey, if you want more, uh, click here to upgrade to my more robust course. I didn't want to say more expensive. And
Mhm.
within Teachable, there's actually like an option to suggest these upgrades in that
Oh,
in that
okay.
free course. It's called
Okay.
upsell in that tool actually. But
Mhm.
yeah, it just naturally lends itself to saying, well, if you like this and you want more, here you go. So you could do that just to get that sense of completion, as well as pre-qualify people to buy your larger course as well.
Okay, that's great. Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate. But the course is great. It's great. It really is.
awesome.
I really enjoyed it, and so it's, there's a lot of things I like I said, I've been doing it for a few years or five. I've been doing it for a while, but there are things that I'm like, wow. I wish I would have known this. I wish I would have had this. I probably would be, really doing great.
Well, yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like you see it and like, oh, it's so obvious, but sometimes you have to go through those frustrations to even
Yes.
appreciate the value of the information you're getting. It's like, oh, this is what I've been looking for. But if you don't know what you've been looking for, you just see stuff and you're like, okay, whatever. It's like
Mhm.
it doesn't have the same impact. So so you didn't waste any time.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. That's what I will do.
Cool. Well, it's good chatting with you, and hope to see you again next week then.
All right. Sounds great.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's do this. And I'm gonna change you to an attendee again. There you go. So Brenda, if you want to come on, happy to chat with you as well. Cool. That's a yes. All right. Let me do this. And we'll see what Brenda has going on here. Unless I messed up. Wait, no, there we go. Hey, Brenda, good to see you again.
Okay. Hello, Terry.
Hey,
Greetings
how are you?
from Puerto Rico.
How are you today?
Doing good. I have some internet interruptions, so I hope it allows me to talk to you a couple of minutes. Thanks for your time. On your course, in doing the social listening
Mhm.
part. I like so much Reddit. That was my first time that I heard and I experienced Reddit. So it was really good. I really like it. A lot of conversations and topics that you can find. So that was really good. I said, well, today I work on a proposal for sponsors for my program. I think about it to help the funding for the expenses in some way, So I finished that today. I'm gonna start working on that with my prospects for starting tomorrow. I already start this week receiving emails from female entrepreneur that they are curious about what I'm going to do, the way I'm going to help them. So I share a post like, hey, you can be part of my new community of female entrepreneurs of Mundo Femenino. That's my brand. And the only thing that you need to do is just register. And in the next weeks, you will receive all the details. If you're interested, just complete this short form. And that is working very fine. So next week I'm going to work on the plan for a year for the way I'm going to help them with all the ideas that I have. So that's the detailed plan for me. And from there, I'm going to share some of the hints, the topics to them with the, I'm expecting to share the information, the detailed information to their emails in the next 2 weeks, starting in July, because I would like to start on this on August, the first week on August. So that gives them a month to evaluate the information on the benefits. That gives me the chance to connect with them. Already scheduled a special event, with a private audience in 2 weeks in July, mid-July. So that is perfect for me. I'm gonna have a special workshop, 1-hour workshop with a professional women and entrepreneurs. So that is great. So I'm scheduled, that's the way I'm scheduling what my next steps. So I'm very excited about it. And I thought, okay, let's have some sponsors to what I'm going to do to work on that. So I already have 3. So I mentioned them to the new prospects that I'm going to work on for tomorrow and the next week. So let's see.
You've done a lot. You've been very busy. That's amazing. And and having 3 sponsors already, that's great. What's your goal? How many do you want to have?
At least 6. That will be good, because the sponsorship is going to be for a year for them. So they're going to, it's very cost effective for the sponsors. The way and I have these answers is because I offered to them a special price before July 30. So instead of pay 4 digits, they will pay for only 3 digits, the sponsorship for the whole year. So that is good for them, and they will stay, the brand will stay active the whole year with the audience and my followers. So it's no brainer for a brand, so that is good.
I've actually never thought of that before. So I think that's pretty smart. Yeah, and I think already having 3 on board, that's going to help you get the other 3 easier, because they're going to see all these other brands. It's like, okay,
Exactly.
Starts that snowball effect. So that's pretty cool.
It's just, I was thinking what do I have that it's a strength for me? And I always have sponsors in my events, special workshops. So I thought, hey, let's have my sponsors again. So this is different, but it depends the way that you expose to them the benefits to their brand. And if it's cost effective, it's good money for me, and it's good for the brand, because they know my name in the market. So it's an advantage. So I'm taking advantage of that.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of being so clear on who your audience is, because then you would know natural, ideas for sponsors. And when you reach out to them, you're saying like, look, here's our audience. It's your audience too. There's a strong overlap. Let's do this. So a lot of the stuff that we do in the course, like getting clarity on that pays off when you're super, detailed on who you're helping. Let me ask you a question. I'm just curious, in regards to promoting in July. You're in Puerto Rico. Is the 4th of July a big thing there? Or are you guys kind of like, whatever? Because here in the US, a lot of people kind of like go on vacation around that time, so they wouldn't be as tuned in. But in Puerto Rico, is that not a big deal?
I'm sorry, the internet interrupts. So
I was saying, like, would you have to somewhat plan your promotion around 4th of July, or is that not a big concern in Puerto Rico?
A promotion for 4th of July?
No, I mean like planning around those dates. Like, is it like, I'm guessing, I guess you live in Puerto Rico, you don't really have to travel because the weather's so nice there anyway. So maybe not.
Well, yes, we do have a celebration for 4th of July, but actually our governor mentioned yesterday in the news that we are getting back 2 holidays that for the couple of the years ago, they were not authorized anymore to celebrate. So we are getting those 2 days again back. And they were huge here. They are huge here. So I'm sure that commercial brands and a lot of business are going to take advantage of that. So of course, I will add myself to that.
Yeah. What months are they in?
For July, it's on the 25 and the 27. It's for local celebration of the Constitution,
Mhm.
and one of the birthdays of one of our big leaders,
Okay.
politicians.
Yeah. And the reason why I'm asking is because sometimes when you have a big promotion, you try to avoid holiday periods. But I think you're already getting enough traction from all these sponsors that wouldn't be a big deal. But it's always something I think
Mhm.
about whenever we're doing something like this. But it sounds like
Mhm.
you're doing well.
Yes.
Well, that's great. I mean, you've made a ton of progress, and it's clear like the work you've done in your branding in the years before, or I should say over the years, is coming in handy now. So I think that's great. I'm looking forward to hearing more about
Yes,
your.
and the word that I mentioned to you 2 weeks ago in our first meeting, I got the word that I was looking for next day.
Oh,
I
nice.
keep thinking and thinking. I was like, I need to get this word. I'm missing one word. So I got it, and I start immediately to update all my messages and everything. So I was so happy.
Awesome.
So
What's the word?
prosperous.
What, one more time?
Prosperous.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I like that.
Prosperous, yes. Yes.
Cool.
So that is already added. Yes, prosperous business image mentor, something like that is the phrase.
Yeah, sometimes like you'll get stuck on things like that, but if you step away from it for a little bit, it'll just come to you while you're like washing dishes or going for a walk or things like that. So when I hit those roadblocks, I just kind of let it be and wait for it to naturally come to me. So I'm glad that happened with you as well.
Yes. Thanks very much.
Good thing. Cool. Well, thanks for the update, and just keep me posted. I want to keep on hearing more as things progress with this. We got a big month coming up, so want to hear more about it.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back to an attendee here, and I think that might be everyone, but let me see here. Yeah, it's everybody. So does anyone else have more questions? We can go again if anything else came up while we were chatting. But I do appreciate all the updates. Let's see. We're all not seeing anything here. Okay, cool. Well, listen, I mean, this has been great chatting with all of you. It's great to see you're making really good progress and getting value out of the course, but also just doing your own independent research and getting that positive feedback from the people that you're helping. That it's clear they appreciate it. So thanks for that. And any questions, as always, I'll be here next week. So until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your night.